Spencer, 3-0 defeat at home to Boreham. You must be pretty disappointed.
Thought for 60 minutes we were better side. Thought, we played pretty well. Thought defensively we were very sound. Had by far the better of it. You saw two sides that have some bad results. I thought both teams lacked a bit of confidence and passes going awry. But once the first goal goes in, completely drains out of us, and we gave up. And that's not acceptable. And I'm livid. And there'll have to be changes. So there's so much I could say, but we work so hard trying to bring in players. Our situation is known, not making excuses. We had no options from the bench. Pagey didn't make it. I only had defenders on the bench, so that's a small part of it. But we were banging that game, and it's so frustrating because we were certainly the better side by half time, and confidence drained out of us, and youngsters couldn't hack it, and things have now got to change, quite simply. I appreciate we've played the best sides in the league recently, but we're not good enough, and if I don't do something drastic now, and we're going to have to, we'll get relegated. So it's going to be a very long few days. I'm on the phone all the time anyway. It's pretty much the first thing I think of when I wake up, and pretty much the last thing when I go to bed. It's not due to a lack of trying. Obviously it's difficult with funds, but if we don't do something, we're going to get relegated, because at the moment you can't honestly see where our next goal's coming from.
You must have been pleased with the first half still.
Yeah, I said at half time I thought my back four was superb. I thought Ollie Treach coming back in was superb. But you just saw the confidence drain out of us. It was a poor first goal from our perspective. Second goal's diabolical. He just ran across the defence and smashed it in. And the third, I'm not too fussed on that. That's almost the last kick of the game on the counter attack, and that one, I parked that. But you can see the confidence drying out of us, and there's two or three lads that now just aren't up to it. We give them chances, we work with them. They are young, they've come from lower levels. We are loanies. I'm not going to harp on about the situation. It's not making excuses. We had 12 fit players today. It was a very hard game on Saturday, and we're just lacking options up top. 3-4 weeks ago someone told me we were overloaded with strikers and nothing else. Well, quite clearly that's the complete opposite, and it gets worse. We're not going to hide from the fact Phil Page has got a fantastic promotion at work. We're delighted for him personally. So he's probably leaving us in the next few weeks. He's going to be a different part of the country. Duncan Cully's now away for a few weeks. We only were informed of that recently. So quite simply, we've got problems, and we've got to work really hard and somehow pull rabbits out of the hat to bring in numbers and quality, and I'm afraid not kids. I've got all the time in the world for youngsters, but too often today we did square passes and looked like we were playing under 21 football, and it wasn't good enough. And I'm very angry, as you said, after a very good, I thought 60 minutes. I thought we were better side for 60 minutes, but we haven't done enough in the second half, and we end up with nothing again, and on paper it's another bad result, and ultimately we're not scoring goals. So I'm not happy with the lads up front. I know Reece took an almighty crack just before half time. That clearly affected him, but I've got to get more out of the lads, and it's certainly back to the phone calls in the next couple of days.
That is 4 games without a goal. Where do you think the next goal is going to come from?
I genuinely don't know. It's devastating. We've tried different systems. It's the same players going on the pitch, but at the moment we're lacking confidence. We're working really hard. We're desperately trying to bring more in, but as an example, I went for a player who's not kicking a ball in the Conference South at the moment, and the numbers he wants are just insanity. He'd be our second highest player, and he's not even kicking a ball. And we've lost players to clubs 2 levels below us, sitting rock bottom. It's well documented. I can't pull miracles out the hat. We have absolutely no money. I think we've got a shortfall at the moment just to finish the season on the budget we've got. So somehow we've got to do something. Lee and I will get on with it again. It's not due to a lack of trying. We're trying, we beg, we borrow. We must not get relegated, and this is definitely my biggest challenge, because as you said, where's the next goal coming from? And these youngsters, they're struggling with it. There's no question about it. And I thought for the first 60 minutes we looked the team that was at the top of the league, and vice versa, Boreham would. But once the first one went in, there was only one winner.
Farnborough host Hemel Hempstead on Saturday, playoff chasing team. What are your thoughts going into that game?
got an awful lot of work to do before Saturday. Quite simply, we with the loss of possibly Pagey with injury and no Cully and a loss of form with other players, there's no doubt about it that we've got to get some numbers in. We just have to. I mean, we got battered at their place on a terrible pitch, and they're a side that's absolutely raging with form, and we're going to have to play an awful lot better. And I'm not kidding ourselves. I've got to pull players out of the hat, but we're working so hard. I've put my financial life into this club, and somehow I might have to find some more, because quite simply we're doing what sides have done before and got relegated, and you see what someone like poor Dorchester did last year. They, with a very low budget, they got relegated and looking like getting relegated again potentially. So we've got to stand up and be counted. I'm very disappointed with what happened after 60 minutes. No excuses. We put the best team we had out onto the pitch, and you saw for 60 minutes that I think we were the better side. But you see what happens with youngsters, it drains away, and I totally agree with you. I'm concerned where the next goal's coming from. So, straight onto the phones again immediately, and we've got to try and do something.
Thank you for your time, Spencer.
Cheers, mate.